should be able to hire my own tweaker to beat up another tweaker.
Gets high fives from the boys.
It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
Good morning.
Good morning.
With the boys.
I got my frilly topper on today, unfortunately.
The frilly topper on your girly drink.
Granted, it is delicious and quite the lovely barista. She's not my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not. Set me up. How dare you try to set me up wearing that shirt that looks like just been dripped with paint?
Yeah, it's because you're
You fake ass motocross.
Dude, it's because you're such a bad painter. The shirt was white when I showed up this morning. You're like, oh, I'm painting.
No, we did absolutely none of that.
Yeah.
The weather outside sucks. But that shirt is tiny on you.
It is a little small. Want to know why? Because it's 8 years old, and this is the second time I've worn it. So I was like, you know what? I might as well get one more out of it. So you can
actually say you did grow a little bit.
A little bit, not much.
But also, why are you growing like when you're 25? It's not.
It's because I'm actually doing more stretching now. So I'm, and I'm not slouching anymore. Trying to do better with my posture.
You could cut that shirt right in half, and it could be the new table mat for our podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
That looks absolutely ridiculous.
I felt like I had to wear it at least one more time before it goes to Izzy as a pajama.
Don't force your daughter to wear that ugly shirt.
She'd ask to wear it.
She asked to wear that?
She would. She probably would.
Oh, man, don't put that implanted
Don't put that evil
head.
on me.
You're trying to put that in her. It is a cool shirt. People do think I look cool when I wear this.
No, I bought it for snowboarding because when you're snowboarding, eventually you strip off your outer jacket.
No, I don't. I don't know.
Okay, you don't know
about that.
Oh, you never snowboarded? Oh, you said you're not a snow guy. Yeah,
terrible at it.
Yeah,
and that was enough for me to give it up.
But usually when you're snowboarding, by the end of the day, it starts to get warm out. You take your big snow jacket off. And then, so I always wanted something really loud. Obviously, all my snow jackets were super loud. Like my outfits were bright blue or bright green.
You can stand up and it's almost green screen with a tapestry.
One of my last snowboard outfit that's still in my snowboard case is all Rastafarian colors, yellow, green.
See, that's dope.
Yeah, it was a pretty good setup.
A lot cooler than that shirt.
Well, this is what I would wear underneath. This would pop out. I'd have my green snow pants on, and then
you're
this.
Literally,
dude, just
a flaming peacock.
We've been talking.
You gotta let him fly.
We've been talking a lot of jokes about the gay community, so I just wanted to represent today.
You are representing.
Yeah, brought the rainbow out.
The fullest.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get a hashtag LBGTQRTUVXYZ.
Is that how did you know? Is that what it is? That sounds legit, dude. Because I think you were spot on. The XYZ on the end is definitely what sold it. You need that XYZ, yeah.
The LGBT. If you can get that part out, then you can the rest of the alphabet in there to make sure nobody's pissed off.
Smart.
Cover all your bases.
Yeah, absolutely smart. It is absolutely smart.
If I've come to learn anything in this, you gotta cover your bases before you.
I also still can't believe you got an iced drink on this day.
Do you see how beautiful it was yesterday? At chipperness, I need that in the morning to keep me going.
I understand that. But today, dude, a nice, warm caramel Capana, not iced, would have been so good, dude. It's raining outside. The weather is
I never even thought about having
gross.
a warm. I don't know what it would do. I don't know if it would be good or not.
Oh,
I don't want to
man.
ruin it by warming it up. Sometimes I really don't even like caramel macchiatos when they're warmed up.
Really? I'm not a macchiato fan. Because I think the macchiato, they do a little bit more foam, right? Or they foam the milk a little bit more.
It's all just fancy words to me at the end of the day.
Which is weird because between a cappuccino, a mocha, and something else, I think it's just the difference. Yeah, it's just the difference in how much you foam the milk. And I hate, I even ask, sometimes I'll get a mocha, right? And it comes in, my milk's all foamed. It's like, I didn't want no cappuccino, so I wanted my mocha. But that's just because, as a barista,
it sounds so pretentious.
And that was a long time ago.
Too much foam. Send it back.
Yeah. No, I would never would, and I never do. Right? I'm not that guy. I'm not. I'm just gonna be like, you didn't make what I would have made. The thing is, like,
I know I can do your job better than you.
But have you ever noticed that once you work in a profession, you kind of have a new respect for that profession?
100%.
Yeah, I think everybody should have to at least go to like 1 week. Like, remember Steve Jobs?
No, I think everybody needs to put in a solid month at a fast food restaurant, just so then you can go back to appreciating
what they're doing for you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I think because those are the people who really.
What was the guy who did Dirty Jobs? Mike.
Oh, I couldn't tell. Oh, Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe. Yeah. Everyone should have to be sent on a one season of Mike Rowe.
Yeah, what if you got to be the ones to go pick up the pheromones from these deer? And you got to get it, collect their piss.
Even just people who freaking have to scoop roadkill off the side of the road. And, you know what I mean?
Seen that video of the guy who has to fix the underground water pipe because it's getting filled with sand and everything.
Mm-mm.
So he's got he's pulling it out and the water started to come out and he's got to make sure this thing is completely cleared and being able to hook on another pipe while this water is just gushing at him. And you can see it. And because he's losing the battle in no time, that water just starts going and he's like, come on. Gets it, hops out of the hole. The rest of the, it was nuts.
Jeez.
Like your brother.
Yeah.
I mean,
even doing the lineman stuff, that's crazy.
Especially, I mean, during this power lines, you get all this rain and stuff, something's falling down. He's got to be one of those guys out there.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the storm. I don't know if he's doing storm
eventually.
Repair or not. Yeah,
even if he's not, he will be
one day.
I don't think anybody gets out of it scot-free.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything too high up right now at the moment.
Shout out to Scott, another guy who's a lineman working for him. Man.
Those guys,
out there.
Yeah,
you just get sent.
And they could end up traveling all over it, because it's seasonal in different areas. So it's it could be one of those traveling things.
Invested a pretty penny into his Bronco.
Now that I think about it, dude, I don't even think they're they're probably not even working today. If they got anything like weather like us, he's probably stuck there twiddling his thumbs. They are weather permitted as well.
Really?
Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah. Because right now, they're building a transformer station. Mm-hmm. So they're doing a lot of concrete work. You can't really do a lot of concrete work in that.
That's the big one, concrete, obviously. Yeah. But I think it's one of those jobs that you...
Yeah, I mean, it depends on which crew you're on. You know what I mean? Because, yeah.
But it's I wonder if there's an overflow. Is there an overflow of linemen right now?
My brother had to wait. He was pretty high on the list, and he still had to wait a few months for a callback to get going into the business. So
that was just to get going, though. Once you
get in, you're in.
Yeah. And like Flynn. Yeah. It just depends on what your number is
and how good you did on all your testing and things like that. They kind of look at before how high you go on the list, I believe, and maybe even went in for an interview, maybe. To get put up on the list. Way. Yeah, dude. Hard-working man.
Yeah, he jumped through the hoops. He got it. I remember getting that phone call. He was like...
super pumped.
I got some good news and I got some bad news for you. It's tell me the good news. I'm going to be a lineman. Bad news. You got to find somebody else to come work for you.
Yeah. And that's when you're like, I guess I'll take your little brother.
I guess if I have to. My little brother's broken, so I gotta get the next best thing.
Yeah, until I'm broken, and then you move on to the next best thing.
Just keep getting rid of them until I find one that works.
That was my first joke to you. I
live Sparta.
I don't know what he did to get pushed off a ladder. Just let me know what I need to not do. Oh, poor
man. It comes with a professional. It's a dangerous thing out there. When it comes to working up that high and the terrain, man. And it's crazy. It happens that quick too.
Yeah. Like I said, I asked him if it slowed down time. He said no, it did not slow down time when he was going down. So
only one way to find out. I mean,
what else do you? What else do you do on a rainy, gloomy day?
I don't know. I tried to do my best to not let the gloom get me
bother
down.
You. Yeah. I mean, because most of the time, when we're doing exteriors, we're weather permitted as well. Same thing. So we'll get.
You can't be outside painting when I gotta watch it run out of the house.
Yeah, oh man, with that one house, every time we tried to go there, it would rain.
Yeah, over and over and over again. You get set up, you get ready to go, and then the wind and the rain, and you gotta
But how do you keep yourself from getting gloomy when it's all gloomy outside?
Staying active is probably the biggest one, because I try to like not be in the house, because this is like the weather that makes you want to just tuck in and not do anything. And most people take advantage of it, you know, hop on the game, hop on the TV, sit in front of it. But that, I mean, you can lose a whole day real fast that way.
Yeah, I'm a big gamer, so that's my escape. So I don't really consider it losing. But I could see driving in the rain, if it's not torrential downpour, is kind of nice and relaxing. That sound of just a couple raindrops hitting on the windshield, you know?
Actually, I mean, hearing the news from Denver, over in Glenwood, they had a semi fall off literally the outside barrier onto incoming traffic. The semi fell 25 feet. They shut the whole road down. It's shut down today. They're going to shut it down at 11 just so they can keep cleaning up the accident.
Wow.
Just like crazy. That. So it's like, I guess maybe sometimes it's better to not be out there. But who knows what was going on with that semi that he just
lost it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not in my days as a truck driving simulator driver. I rolled a couple trucks over. It's not hard.
Oh my God.
But I mean, even in Seattle, man, sometimes when I lived there, it would rain a little bit and people would like act like they don't know how to drive. Well, it's like, dude, it's just some rain.
Not too long ago, it's just like that on the news in Atlanta when they got that skiff and mixed with the humidity, it becomes like sheets of ice.
If it does get that cold.
And the roads are not set up for it. I don't think South Dakota, I think South Dakota is kind of set up the same way because they have some wicked humidity there. And you'd be driving on the interstate during the winter like that and
just hit some.
You better give yourself a mile in front of you. Some of those wicked, when it's blowing like that.
Even just the wind in Livingston, man, that's blown some trucks over. That's what's crazy.
Just from the wind.
Yeah. I mean, you're just doing everything right as a driver, and then your truck gets blown over because you were driving through Livingston at the wrong hour.
And just, I mean, like, and it's wild watching the semis on the road when they do it because they travel in like packs. So you'll have like one in front of the other one, and this one's like, they like stagger themselves up the road so they can get through and not get blown over. Anyways, those seasoned guys. As one who spent a lot of years behind, the dash drive and doing deliveries and everything, going into places in Montana where the cell service just drops out and it's just you and Tundra.
That would be nuts.
It's scary. Oh, it really is terrifying. And you're like, I thought that was the road I was supposed to take. This is a different highway that I'm on. Hopefully it connects to Thompson Falls.
So, you're just going for it.
Especially up there, way up Montana.
Up north.
Yeah, I remember having to deliver to, what is that, Eureka? And that's like 10 minutes from Canada.
Dang.
When Canadians would come down, they'd just buy a bunch of booze, you know what I mean, in America or whatever, and they go right back.
Dry County up in their area? Probably just cheaper.
I think it's just cheaper. Yeah. Is what it broke down to. I think there was some taxing.
Where were we?
Or something.
I think it was either in Wyoming or South Dakota. There was something that was way cheaper. So we used to if we were in Wyoming, we used to drive. Maybe it was.
Oh man.
South Dakota, we'd drive to Wyoming. I can't remember, but yeah.
I got a buddy who did that.
Go across state lines, save some money.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's. Sure, there's like a transport thing in there, so you got to be kind of careful with it. But I had a buddy who verbatim would do exactly that. He'd go down every season and stock up cartons and cartons, and
come back and he got it on log. Yeah,
you're good to go. But I don't know if that's good or bad in that regard. You get cartons of cigarettes, you're just really asking for a hole in your throat if you just got by the carton.
Yeah, I have never been more than half a pack a day at my worst. So that's not too bad.
I know
I've known people that are a pack a day.
Man, there was the couple generations, I guess, before us, man. It was like 3 packs.
What? Oh, okay. I was gonna say because that's what Post Malone does. I think he's 2 packs a day or something like that. Yeah, he says he usually goes through once he hits his 3rd pack, he's then he starts to be all right, I need to chill out.
Every day.
Nuts. Yeah, dude, that's nuts.
But how many? I mean, that's literally just chain smoking at that point.
Yeah,
as coming from somebody who does smoke cigarettes, that's
You'd have to be trying, or you'd have to be
working. You're not doing anything with your hands.
You'd have to be somewhere that you can smoke too. Like, like right now, I'm not just gonna light up a cigarette in your freaking living room.
You might have some people who might get a little irritated.
Yeah. Like the podcast is good. The podcast is good, but it just smells like cigarettes in this whole apartment building now.
Dave Chappelle does it for his, his theaters and stuff when he goes on stage because he can.
That's Dave Chappelle, yeah.
There's a loophole when it comes if it's part of your act. But then I think it's not even allowed at all in certain places, and they can choose or not choose.
I'm sure he chooses his venues, and he probably chooses his venues based on if they'll,
he's Dave Chappelle. He can basically do whatever the hell he wants to.
Right. If you got Dave Chappelle coming to your venue, you're like, he's gonna smoke. It's Dave Chappelle. He's gonna make a lot of money in tickets.
He's gonna bring in so much money. Really, I think it's the drink sales. That's where they get, like, all these places make their money. Door sales. A lot of times, those guys, like the headliners, they take all the door sales.
Even just a bar, dude. And I mean, you can go buy a 6-pack of Bud Lights for fucking $10, and then you go to the bar. It's like $4 a piece.
You get 6 packs at,
Yeah, it's like that's they have to make their money though. It's like it makes sense. They got to pay the bartenders and all this and that. And that's probably their best profit margin would be the beer. I want to know their profit margin. Their profit margin's got to be ridiculous on liquor too, because they're selling it per shot and they're buying it per bottle. So it's got to be a
100%. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's been going on since the Prohibition days. You think
this has been going on since the beginning of time?
They got really good at it. You know what I mean? It's selling the booze,
speakeasies and stuff. Dude, that would have been a different time, right? That would have been crazy.
People are always going to want to get rid of their sorrows in some form or fashion.
You had to actually like go and hide when you're drinking.
And how come those people weren't like, Tom's got a problem. He's hiding in the closet drinking his booze. Just give it a
Don't worry, he just made a speakeasy in the closet. Just sitting in a little tiny broom closet.
Give it up, Tom. Stop talking to yourself. I'm in my speakeasy.
You can't hear me. Playing trumpet in there by himself, just drinking.
Tom, knock it off.
Oh man. Oh, DJ did make a startling discovery about the PS6
that we're not going to even see for years.
Yeah,
it's not even important news.
It's okay. It's probably going to be about the same time that GTA 6 comes out. But I didn't know that
GTA 6 is. I got a good one after you.
I didn't know AMD had been making PlayStation CPUs.
If I knew the brand, like that's the part that I got out of it was, hey, they're on board since they already did the 4th and 5th one. They're on board to do the 6th. That's cool. It's like the Fast and Furious saga.
I mean, well, dude,
they're on for 4 and 5. They're The Rock. They're coming back for 6.
with a franchise like that, though, they're never going to stop. PlayStation or Grand Theft Auto, both of those, PlayStation, Xbox.
It'll just really determine how long you're going to have to wait in between each one to come out.
Yeah, well, I mean, the wait for the PS6, I think, was one of the longest waits. Maybe I'm wrong. Or excuse me, for the PS5. Especially with the delays.
PS4 to PS5 really took that long. DJ,
especially with the delays. How long did it take
between the 4 and the 5 to come out? 6 years?
And is that about average?
And so how long has the PS5 been out now?
Yeah. It's been out for like 3 years, but the first year and a half, it was impossible to get because there was a chip shortage because we weren't importing anything in from China.
Yeah.
Or they were having a shortage. I don't know.
Build those chips here. Bring them chips home.
Yeah.
Need them American chips in there. We need some Lay's in there. We need some Dorito chips. We need some.
You put an American chip in a computer, it lasts about 2 days, and then. So we might. I don't know about that.
Is it really that bad in comparison?
Probably not. No, I was gonna say I think
we
Intel.
all know exactly where it's coming from. They are all being made in China.
No, I think Intel might even have processing plants over here.
India?
Maybe it wasn't.
I don't know.
Somebody went and toured one, and it was like pretty insane. It was a big YouTuber who does a lot of computer stuff.
Mm.
Lionel's Tech Tips, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Linus or something like that. But yeah, he got to go tour one, and it's insane. They like almost as if you're going into like a chemical lab. They like you walk in full body suit, they spray it before you walk into a room, they spray it, then you walk into the facility. Like intense. Like he was going nuts. In to get a virus scan or something.
You say that and I immediately think Small Soldiers when they're getting the chips in that one. Should we get some regular chips? Military grade weapons chips.
Love that movie. That is such a good movie. Small. We actually just watched that within the last 2 years.
You gotta watch Benny Loves You then, because that is such a damn funny movie. They have like a small soldier scene in the whole thing. Oh.
Same with the one that DJ brought up earlier, Wild Boys.
Wild America.
Wild America, that's what it was. What Wild America.
Classic.
One of my favorite movies growing up as a kid, man.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas in his prime.
Yeah, and then I can't remember the blonde guy's name, but he also ended up in Final Destination, which was another great series that I enjoyed.
Oh, man. Just a great movie. Yeah, if anybody has the time, shout out.
Yeah.
Wild America. That's before a lot of people's time.
Yeah, and then
before our time, technically, I think. Well,
no, that was me. That was one of my childhood movies.
So I guess I saw it. You were like just being born.
Yeah, no, I would have been 5.
That's a lot to take in when you're 5 years old.
Well, yeah, I know, but by the time... So I'm 5 years old, the movie comes out. By the time it comes out on VHS, that's probably been another 6 months.
True.
Probably another year before my mom and dad actually buy it for us on DVD or on VHS, excuse me. So I was probably, old enough
when I was 14.
It. Yeah. Dude, my mom used to have VHSs. She saved them for a little bit, but then she finally got rid of them, I'm pretty sure. It's like, dang it. Those things are going to be gems in like 6 years, dude.
I don't know.
A good old Aladdin on VHS, bro.
Dude, speaking of, we're talking about old technology because we were on listening to Bamskis for a little bit before we got rocking and rolling. And big shout out. He shouted us out. Hopefully he comes back and subscribes this next go around. Just saying, Bamskis. Looking right at you, Bamskis. All right. Where are we at?
That's a call out.
I actually got
That's
a shirt.
That's not a shout
too.
out. That's a call out.
I won a shirt yesterday listening to. Got a shirt.
Is it a Bamski shirt?
It is Bamski's. It's blue. He said I could trade because it's a small, and then I could trade to a large. And I'm like, I think I can make a large work.
I would love to see you try to fit in a small. It'd be like me in this shirt. It'd be like me in this shirt right now.
It would be worse than that. It would be a belly shirt. Small is not getting over my chest. I'm going to look like Barney from The Simpsons. It's just my gut hanging out the bottom. Man.
The Simpsons, another great. Are they still making episodes?
They're still making episodes, and they're still predicting the future.
Dang, that's insane.
Simpsons, yeah, man. It's wild. The amount of stuff that they can go, and then this is this. They even said that they called Trump going down. Trump being in on, apparently, it's nuts.
I did see the one like where they clipped together him riding down the escalator doing his little wave with a scene that was actually him doing it. It's like, damn, that is pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. If you could time travel and there was all those butterfly effects where like you couldn't see yourself, like, but would you even try it?
How many times can you time travel? Is like an infinity amount of time travel?
I feel like
I don't know if that's true or not, but the more times you do it, the more ripples.
Yeah. I mean, of course, 100%.
But if you're not, I mean, if I like go back 200 years ago and I'm just in Wyoming. No, but I don't think I'm going to affect a whole lot from the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. In this one little town in Wyoming, there's like, you'd have never guessed it. This guy showed up. He had this magical box that he was just sending messages.
Nobody ever stops to think about that. It's like everybody goes to like a specific, point in time, but it's like, why do you got to go like in the middle of everything? Just go like 6 miles out of town, make a plan, and then head in. Yeah. Why you gotta walk in and just shock the shit out of everybody?
Yeah. Everyone's like, whoa, this guy just blasted out of nowhere. Are you so egotistical?
You gotta show off like that? Just pop in real quick. Blend in.
I would definitely want to go see the pyramids. being built.
You probably wouldn't have seen them built.
Well, that's the thing is
Aliens, you get to watch them like beam the thing down.
Yeah, just setting blocks down with some spacecrafts. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Take me to your leader.
Also, hey, aliens, how come you guys haven't been doing this time travel thing?
Yeah, hey, yeah. Check out
aliens,
this.
Look how retarded you are. You can't even time travel.
I've got this cool box. They're going to revere me as a god, not you. No, actually, I would hate that, dude. Oh.
To be revered as a god,
right?
Everybody coming at you.
And they're just like,
Please, Curtis, make it rain.
What's the next thing? Yeah.
You want me to make it rain? The Great Flood.
Oh,
it's so quiet and peaceful. Oh, no. Maybe I was a little angry back there.
Maybe I was a little mad. Glad you guys built your boat. Come on back.
This hilarious comedian, he was talking about, being Adam, you're just walking around and everybody's got their fun they're having or whatever, the monkeys or whatever. And he's like, they're all having it with each other. How come I can't go over there? Every time I try to do it to the monkey, he goes running off. And he's like, what? God's like, but you can't do it to the monkey? Ugh, that's not cool. Let me go over here. And then he reaches out and he takes his rib out. Can you imagine what that was like? There's something just reaching and just grabbing your rib. Oh, God. Yes, that's me.
Oh,
that was a good take on it. I was like, I never thought about it like that. Because if you actually read the Bible or any of these type of stuff, like some of the stories in there are like, really? That's what happened just like that?
Yeah, I've never really been into super religious or anything like that. Never really frequently visited church. Went a couple times when I was younger with friends and stuff. But not a frequent. I would say I'm more agnostic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm fascinated by it all.
Yeah,
there's so many religions out there. There's like over 2,800 world religions.
Right, and I don't know half of them, so it's hard. It's hard to say.
I couldn't pronounce a quarter of them.
Right.
And then, what's the difference between a religion and a cult?
Not.
And then look how many cults there are in the world still.
Right.
Like cults were big in the 70s, but they never really went away.
Yeah, nothing ever really goes away. They just get better at hiding them.
Craziness, right? When you think about it that way. It's like, hey, who's really right in the end? Tell some jokes, have a good time.
Yeah,
cross out when you're 45. Let's take it back to like the 30s. You made it to 45. Kick the bucket.
You've done well. We'll see you later.
Right?
45? No, I'd rather
Good
go.
For you. You made it to 37. She had a hell of a life.
Oh, back in the day when it was like a surprise if your baby actually survived. You're like, that kid's gonna be tough. He lasted 2 years.
I was gonna say, yeah, during the boom of industry when you had like child labor everywhere, like 9-10-year-olds going to work all day.
Can you imagine the guys building New York City? Like all the steel workers doing that stuff too?
Oh yeah, the Great Wall of China.
That would
have been another
bodies
big are inside that wall. They were just like, throw some dirt on him. You got work to do.
Yep, he'll become part of the wall.
Ling Ling, where's your husband? He's in the wall.
He's 255 feet, 2 miles, 255 feet. You got to figure out
he's block
A9, section B12. Yeah, I don't know.
This is my husband. This brick right here.
Would you chip his name into it or something, right? His initials,
cool.
I would.
Who knows? But somehow. I mean, that's exactly how it'd be. You'd be working and then you'd be dead.
I've also wanted to dig into my family history without like doing the like 23andMe stuff.
Because a lot of people are scared about sending their DNA.
Yeah. What if there is people who have like an ancient bloodline and that's what they're doing? They're finding out who still has these ancient bloodlines and then they're like, we're just gonna send the CIA to change their power meter.
I'm just letting him go, people.
Power meter.
Sometimes you just gotta let him talk and just you guys can decide. Am I not only I podcast with Squirtle the Pokemon, but
I'm also crazy.
He's crazy, Curtis.
Conspiracy Corner, Curtis.
I'm not crazy. You're the crazy one.
You're crazy.
You guys don't listen.
You're crazy because you're not listening. Oh, man. What else did you do yesterday after we got done? Did you do anything crazy?
Nothing too crazy. Took a walk. Took Nana to the park.
Because the weather was beautiful yesterday.
Way better than today. I mean, and it's supposed to be like this all day as well. But besides listening to Bamskis, we were watching this competition show, and it just reminded me. I think we had discussed it a little bit on the pod yesterday. MasterChef, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All those baking shows and stuff, competition.
Yeah. But have you ever watched a show and then been like, this is the person I want to win?
Oh,
and then
always
they're all the way to the end, and then they end up losing
to the very last guy.
Like, I get so invested into a character, and when they lose, I'm like,
you get so
don't
mad,
talk to me. Don't talk to me.
They got you, dude.
At the time I was with, I was with a significant other, and like their person that they were super rooting for had gotten out, so they had picked the new person. And all of a sudden everybody, even my son, was like, I want them to win. I want them to win. The whole house at that point is rooting against me. And I'm just like, I want my team to win. And then they got second place, and then this other team won, and I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go outside.
I can't be here with y'all right now.
Not only you guys hate me, you guys gotta conspire together.
You conspire against me.
They were a better couple. Yeah, the guy was kind of a douche once in a while, but they were a good couple. Give a break.
I definitely get way too emotionally invested in ridiculous shit like that.
What's the show that?
Oh man, for me, was NCIS. Like they get a new female character like every 6 months. I'm like, God damn it, I was just starting to like the last one.
I thought it was just like, man, one of these times the criminal is going to get away. Somehow these detectives always solve the case.
Gosh dang it. It's like, can't believe it's a plot twist every time they solve the case. I can't believe it.
Somehow,
but
I left it.
That does remind me, I do enjoy a movie that makes you root for the bad guy. Right.
Once in a while.
Oh yeah. Like
Hellboy is a really good example.
So was Law Abiding Citizen. Oh man, that was so good.
That was good.
Yeah, he's just like, he's killing all these people.
Talking about just exactly like we were talking about the prisons, like the amount that stuff that happens on day to day.
Yeah.
You got some criminal genius in there. And just
wants to be in solitary because he's already dug a tunnel in there.
Did this.
Oh yeah,
you did this.
Was a normal guy until all this crazy stuff happened. Yeah, that was such a good movie, dude.
I can't remember what movie this is. Like, hey,
Gerard Butler.
Let's go back to having fun. How about that? Let's go back to having a good time. It's that type of thing. It's like if you just would have done your job in the first place. Now we got this. I was seeing a lady. This was on Facebook earlier reading. She was trying to get her phone out of the theater yesterday. And they were like banging on the wall. But the movie theater had just closed. So it's like, who's justified? Do they open the door to let somebody in to get their phone? Or, they banged there for like 45 minutes until somebody came in and said, stop banging on the fucking glass. And then I guess that went on for a little longer, and then finally they let him in. They got the phone, and they were able to leave. Only way I found out is because obviously the lady went on there, telling you not to go to the movie theater. And there's a lot of sides to it. I was like, if you're one of those employees and the doors are locked, you're not supposed to open those doors. I can use my job for opening those doors after hour.
Right. They could have handled it better. Ask them, what theater were you in? I'll go look for it. But still, at the same time, I probably would have done the same thing. Like, dude, I'm so over people. We're supposed to be closed.
Entitled kids. You got to be on your knees groveling. Please, please, open the door, please. And then one of them might go, ugh, I'll open it.
Fine. Like, yo, dude, if my girlfriend has to come pick up my phone, she's going to see all my gay porn.
Like, it's one of those things. Like, why are you going to go online and, bash a company?
For real. I don't get that. I saw another one similar to that. I can't remember exactly what it pertained, but same thing. It was like right down the middle where either side could have kind of been justified. And it's like
we'll talk about
see their side, but I see why you're upset, but I also see their side of it.
Yeah, we joked about Elon and his Cybertruck and everything, but it's not like we're bashing Elon.
Yeah, no, and like I said, he'll get to probably do a recall or some sort.
Figured out in no time.
And honestly, that's why that's why it's a comedy podcast, because talking out my ass and joking a lot.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
With everybody who's gotten too damn serious, because at the end of the day, who knows what tomorrow's gonna bring.
Right. And I actually saw a perfect video of this guy. It was a streamer, and he's like, someone had commented, and he's like, oh, you're back over here doing this now. And he's like, yeah, because let me guess, you probably saw a video on TikTok of me saying I wasn't gonna do this, and that was a 30-second clip from a 6-hour stream that I probably didn't even post. So I was like,
at least
damn.
We're on such a small scale. Can you imagine if you were Joe Rogan when they clipped together the N-word?
Oh man. And not only that, like they're great, and he even appreciates them. Joe loves them, but the ones where they clip him and someone and it sounds like they're so pissed off at each other, hilarious. And I love that he can I love that he can get behind it, but at the same time, yeah, like that's how hard it is.
Because you can tell that's satirical. You can tell it's a joke. But when somebody is actually trying to end you because of malicious things they can bring up against you, and it's all taken out of context.
And that's why I've always said if I ever go viral, I'll probably get canceled before I ever get too much traction. Because if you go back to my streaming days and clip a couple things that I said, you could probably get me canceled this day and age.
You'll be fine. You'll make it as a semi-professional dirt bike rider with that shirt.
Yeah, and then and then if that doesn't work, I'll be an amateur political analyst.
That's where you're gonna go. That's the route you foresee you're gonna go.
Heck yeah, dude.
Well, either way, you got to get rid of that shirt.
It's a lot. It's
what really.
It's on its way
I mean, you really woke up this morning and looked yourself in the mirror and said, "Yeah,
I saw it.
This is the shirt."
I saw it and I said, "It's raining outside. I usually can't wear long sleeves, so it's the one time to wear this shirt for."
You know what? I'm gonna wear this shirt. I can go eat spaghetti and spill it on me, and you can't even see grease stains.
And I also wore underneath it the Leonard Skinner shirt just in case I did bail on it last minute. I still have.
Dude, that is okay. We're talking about me walking down the street. This is Billings. This would be good for Confederate flags hanging in windows. So
people still do that.
I got one right down the block, and I was like, and it literally says the South. You know what I mean? This guy.
He's good. He's good.
I give him a 10. I give him a 10 on the dismount. It looked good. It looked good.
You looked up his shorts, didn't you?
A little bit. Got a peek. Every time I got to sneak a little peek. But yeah, I mean, what's it take? I mean, is it good? Is it cool? We still rocking Confederate flags and windows? It's Billings.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we're going to probably be the last to change.
We're so far north, though.
I mean, even if you think about it, during the Confederate, Civil War, Montana really doing much during that whole thing?
Not only that, what do we even really know about it? Right? Yet again, history is told by the victor. What if those guys had it figured out? I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
You know what?
But that's what I was saying is, how did something get that far up north? Obviously, he must have moved from the south to the north, because I don't think Montana wasn't like, let's go south.
No, but Montana's a lot like Texas. We're going to say it. We'll stand on it.
Dude, I did.
It's not if it's right. I mean, whether it's right or wrong, we're going to stand on it.
Literally heard a political ad. He's too liberal for Montana. Literally just heard that today on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they still have the audacity to call Bozeman, Los Angeles.
Bose Angeles.
I'm like, how can you say a place that has like 20,000 people compared to somebody that has
because of
22 million?
Cost of housing. I just saw one.
Look at the cost of housing in California. It's still
I don't know. I wish I should have sent that one to you. A small house about the size that the last house we just painted in Bozeman, 1.2 mil.
Yeah, but that's like I said, when I was in San Diego, a place half that size was 4.2 million.
That makes sense because of the population size. But for Montana, Bozeman is absolutely insane for its housing price. So that's why they call it Bose Angeles.
Yeah, but
for Montana, but still, yeah, it's nothing compared to
it's the city that, I mean, there. Like I said, Montanans can't be mad if you're selling to the highest bidder.
100%.
Hold on to your stuff just because it sounds like a lucrative decision now. You will just sell off Montana.
That is another thing. Is like people are like, I'm only selling to someone local. Be like, until someone from California offers you $600,000 more than what you had it listed for, then you're probably going to do that, eh?
And the people who aren't the ones wielding the money. Those are the ones who are affected the most by those decisions. That's the tough part, because I think that the median like average salary a year in Montana is like 40. Yeah. Most people are living at the 20,000, 30,000.
And I think averagely they say right now you need to make $100,000 to buy a house. That's nuts. That's nuts.
You just eliminated basically everybody average in Montana. And then you're going to sell to people who are from different states who have way more money in their economy that they can just dish out and then just buy up all these houses. I've seen it happen firsthand.
And then they're going to get us used to renting houses, and everyone's going to rent.
Well, that's already in the news in itself, you know, between BlackRock and all that. So
everybody buying up all the housings,
If you're going to be a week and you're going to sell.
I wish I wouldn't have sold my house, man. My house right now probably would have had 40, 50,000 equity in it by now.
It happens, though. I mean, you can't turn back the hands of time at the end of the day.
It was the best decision at that time. Paid off all my debts. Kind of got a nice reset on life, you know.
And not a lot of people get that opportunity. 100%. It's a great reset.
100%.
Most people just shit out of luck.
Some people struggle.
Some people just get another one.
Some people get their houses taken away from the bank.
That's what's happening. I mean? Well, not even taken away, but these group of high school or college girls, they were renting from the university, like one of these apartments, but the people who actually own the apartments, they were doing stuff inside of it, creating more rooms, which made it whole, you know, laws and codes and everything were being broken at that point. So they evicted them all. Like, you go back to school and then you got an eviction letter, get all your stuff and get out.
Dang, that's crazy.
But they were in Boulder, Colorado, and it sounded like those girls really weren't, you know what I mean, taking that much of a hit. They had to get their lawyers on the phone and have the lawyers sort it out. So they got lawyer money. They're sitting all right.
I know even with residential housing, I believe it's depending on the size of the cistern. You can only have a certain amount of bathrooms in one house. I think if you're going, you know, by like city code.
Yeah.
So if your cistern isn't big enough to handle 3 bathrooms, they won't let you upgrade to a 3rd bathroom or even a 2nd bathroom.
Works when you have stuff that was considered county
and then turned into city.
Yeah, essentially.
So, wow, I wonder,
there's a lot of that happens.
Yeah, especially around here because Billings, has been growing so much out on the west end.
Into both directions. I mean, Billings kind of connects to Shepherd and kind of connects to Huntley, kind of connects to, you know.
Yeah. And
Lockwood, which is like is Lockwood its own city?
All those,
is it a burb?
All those apartments used to be fields. EJ used to live over there. We used to go wander the fields, and that house is now torn down and turned into an apartment complex. So that used to 100% had to have been considered county.
There was a house probably on this side of that hill where we grew up, where those houses probably cost 10 of the houses on
the other side? Yeah, I remember that.
You could get one of those nice houses and they could just buy up damn near that whole
remember what that
subdivision.
Should remember what that subdivision was called. They literally paid us monthly to put a sign in our yard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that sign that was down by the bus stop down there.
It wasn't Homeward Park Drive.
Homewood Park. That might have been it. Yeah, but they were paying it was something silly. My dad could have asked for more, but I think it was like $150, $200 a month or something. But he's like, might as well. They asked me. And I was like, shit, I'll take a couple $100 a month for just having a sign down in the corner.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And you guys were rolling in it.
Oh, man.
Getting free hundreds of dollars.
As my dad calls it, the nicest house in the trailer park.
100%. You guys were like the corner house, too. Actually,
right in the front. Yeah. And the bus stop was right there, dude. We used to be able to wait till we saw the bus coming up over the hill and then run over with our little backpacks.
Just spoiled, rotten.
100%.
You got to walk down in the blistering cold backwards.
Well, hey, at least
your face covered.
At least we let you guys use the cut across and come across our house.
Let us use the cut across. Jeez Louise, this guy's a regular slave owner.
No, actually, I remember being so young that your brother would be at my house and he'd have to go home and it'd be dark out. And how it was my house was here and you guys were probably what? One full city block away, you'd say, if you actually turn that into city blocks. But we took a little cut across, but we'd walk together halfway, and then at the halfway point, we'd split, and both of us just full sprint back to the house because it's dark out and we're scared, dude.
And it was. I mean, it's dark out there. It's pitch black. You don't got no lights.
And where we walked, it was that dog. It was the dog yard, and that dog was mean sounding. I don't know if he was ever actually mean or if he was
I think the lady who actually lived there, she was like 80 years old. She was actually a really sweet lady. I remember having to go sell football cards or something years ago. Yeah. That's so disappointing when you're doing door-to-door salesman as a kid and you live in such a poor place.
Oh, no one's buying. Yeah, ain't nobody buying nothing.
And the terrain you got to walk through with the ruts in the road, and it just sucks.
Dude, yeah, that one down, one more block past your guys's. Oh man, literally, you did not go that way. If you needed to be on this side of that mud hole or this side of that mud hole, you literally decided which road you took in. You didn't go through it.
That's what built. I mean, we had mud holes. I don't know if you guys grew up in mud holes where you're from, but
my brother has a story.
We got mud holes here.
And I think my side of the story is even better. So he goes out on the four-wheeler one day, right? He's like, all right, I'm going to go take off and go have some fun on the four-wheeler. Not 10 minutes later, he's knocking on the back door. And me and Mom are like, why is he knocking on the garage door? We open the door and he is just drenched, completely soaked head to toe. Apparently he went to that mud hole, thought if he hit it fast enough he'd go through it. Nope, he hit it and instantly the four-wheeler stopped. He went right over the handlebars. Shoe goes flying.
Oh man.
And and then luckily he was able to get the four-wheeler out of the mud pit and drive it home. But he's like, yeah, that was the coldest ride home. Just shivering. Oh man.
Also, that had to be the stinkiest water.
Oh, dude, who knows?
Who knows what is in that water? It's all alkaline.
Is that the kind of right by that flooded basement house? So I wonder if that was even connected.
Who knows? There's so much weird stuff out there as kids.
We climbing on the cranes and the old the frames for the trailer houses.
I don't got one.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Mom's just like, you go. I'll whistle at you when it's time for dinner or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. There's a lot of fun out there to be had when you were a kid.
Well, especially when they were just like, yeah, just go outside. Yeah, I don't care what you do, just go outside. We didn't really have super cool video games then, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's where our house was. You at least had stuff going on. The four-wheeler and other stuff. I mean, I remember getting on my bike and riding to our school, and my bike chain fell off. Like, you're having to fix the chain on the middle of the road.
You once rode your bike all the way to Elder Grove?
Oh, 100%. When I was 7 or 8 years old, I was way too young to be going all the way that far. It's 7. I don't,
You know what I did one time?
Went all the way to the Boys and Girls Club.
I went to Laurel once from our house.
The back way?
Hell yeah. My buddy from Laurel actually rode his bike to fucking my house. Like, his mom had kind of followed him, right, to make sure he was good. And yeah, he picked me up and asked, do you want to ride to my house? And my mom and dad said yes. Strapped one of the camelbacks on my back, and drank water the whole way. My problem is I drank too much water, so by the time I got to Laurel, I just got stomach cramp and shit. But I made it 14 miles. I was like a 14-year-old kid on my bike. That's not bad.
Yeah, I was like 7. Remember my dad? It was so weird. He grounded me. You know what I mean? Afterwards, but then he was pissed because I wasn't where I was supposed to be or whatever. But beyond that, he comes down later on with like a box of Whoppers. You know what I mean?
He's like, "Yo, man, since you're a man now, we're gonna sit down and have some Whoppers, brother." Was that his go-to?
He does. He still loves some Whoppers. It's just so funny. That's Nando's like one of his go-to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Whoppers. And it's such an old candy.
Whoppers is good though. You know what I hadn't had in a while, and I really enjoy Milk Duds, dude. Milk.
You would
Duds.
give me this cup.
Number one dad? Is that what it says?
Is that literally all the creamer a guy gets?
Oh, he's trying to get you.
Can a guy get some creamy? Please?
How? That's good.
That's my number one Coach cup. I've had that cup since I was in 5th grade.
I can see the handle broke once.
I got that when I was in 5th grade.
How were you the number one coach in 5th grade? Who were you coaching?
I was a prodigy.
Protege?
Might have been 6th grade, 7th grade.
Who were you coaching?
I was coaching young basketball, like kids who were younger than me. My dad was actually the coach. I was just helping him out, but he was taking a lot of his pointers from me. He was getting most of his plays from me. Like I said, young prodigy. I just didn't stick with it.
I've been giving my dad plays since I was 6 years old.
No, I mean, it was just cool.
Basketball,
when you're a kid like that, a bunch of other people who believe in you a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why that saying that stuck with me so hard as of lately is, it'd be a real smack to those in the face. For those who believeth in you.
Believeth in you.
I don't know where I got so.
Dang, dude, so biblical? So we did start talking about the Bible earlier, so.
I don't know. The Lord is in me this morning. What can I say?
Do you need an exercise?
An exorcism?
If the Lord's in you, do you still need an exorcism?
Oh.
Or is it considered something else?
Oh, no, you got the Holy Spirit in you.
That's a good thing?
It's like, what is his name? Another comedian. He's like, got the Holy Ghost. Hannibal Buress. That's his name. So did I tell you that I won a t-shirt? I already told you that, right?
Yeah, and I was at just a BAMSky's. You gonna wear it live?
I was thinking about wearing it tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
As long as I can make sure the thing fits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if not, then I just get to make fun of you for wearing a small shirt tomorrow.
True.
Yeah. So
but then at the end of the day, it'd be ultimately hurting BAMSky's feelings. So just take that into consideration when you start making fun of me.
So you care about BAMSky's feelings, but you don't care about mine.
I really care about BAMSky's feelings. That's why I was like, let's
chill out.
Make sure not hurting his feelings. Chill out. I'm not trying to run off.
You're the one who called him out for not subscribing.
Did I get some more creamer?
You fired off. No creamer. He gave you the rest of it.
Black coffee like a man. Oh, actually, there is quite a bit of creamer. It's just hiding at the bottom.
Give it a little. Just to shake it. Shake it.
It is hot as shit, though. I appreciate that.
Fresh, huh? Fresh. Did the dentist yesterday after school.
Your teeth?
No, not me. My daughter's teeth. Apparently she had, which is weird. She had 3 fillings for some little cavities, but those are her baby teeth still. Why do they fill? Do they do that? I didn't know they. I didn't know they filled. It all depends on
the severity of them.
Yeah,
and how close they are to falling out.
Makes sense because she was slow to get her teeth in the first place, so she's been pretty slow to lose her baby teeth, and they're the molars. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, the molars don't come out.
But she handled it like a champ, dude. Which is weird. The
fillings doesn't hurt at all.
A lot of pressure, and then you have the whirring. And she said she could feel a little bit of that, but she handled it like a champ, and freaking they did good. Yeah, it was weird though, definitely weird.
Did Logan get to watch it?
Yeah, Logan was sitting there with me. And
what did Logan say? Damn, I'm gonna take care of my teeth.
No, he didn't.
He did not care.
Yeah, he
enjoyed it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, watch her suffer.
No, he wasn't. I even tried to get him to like watch. He's like, didn't really care.
Didn't care.
No, he was just trying to like hang out with me. And, you know, like he didn't really care what was going on.
He's like, "Where's my cars at?
Yeah.
This is boring."
They kept asking, he's like, "How long?" We're like, "What are we doing? When are we leaving?" I'm like, "We're gonna be here all day." I just kept saying, "All day. We're gonna be here all day."
But I mean, kids have no.
Well, that, and if I say just a little bit, if I keep saying just a little bit, he's gonna be like, "Well, it's been a little bit."
Well, it really doesn't do anything.
All day.
No good.
All day.
They're gonna forget that they asked and then ask again, and they're gonna forget and they're gonna ask again.
Yep. But yeah, it was good. It was good. She handled it. They gave popsicles on the way out, and then it's interesting.
Popsicles?
Yeah, right after.
Sugar free? Probably sugar free.
I would hope so.
That'd be hilarious.
I would hope
Give
so.
her a bomb pop on her way out.
Yeah. And then, of course, last night she's like, "Can I just not brush my teeth before we go to bed?" I'm like, "No, we literally just got 3 fillings for that exact reason. Go brush your goddamn teeth."
Yeah, you got to.
Come on.
Take care of it.
I need
better
to go
instill them now than versus I'm to fight down the road.
I'm bad for it. I need to go get stuff done on the inside of my mouth, and I hate it.
But you can say I'm a man. It's fine.
No,
I'll put it off.
Yet again, I was all like, yesterday I was just talking like, "Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad." No, last night again out of nowhere, it's just like, son of a bitch.
That's the real root of it. I was wondering,
I gotta go.
My guy was looking a little tired today. I was like, but the tooth, man, if it gets you.
Man, no, I was tired yesterday because of the kids trying to sleep in my bed and not getting any sleep. I got some good sleep last night. Yeah.
Oh, it went away then.
Yeah, because well, I mean, it was like I felt it enough to where I was like, okay, I definitely need more Advil before I go to bed.
But even that's kind of a slippery slope to get into habit, or just
every day, 2 Advils in the morning and 2 Advils every night, every day for the past week. That's pretty much where I'm at. Yeah.
That's never. I mean, it really does. Because then when you're gonna need some Advil, you only got 2, and it ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's just ibuprofen. I know you can.
Either way, it's terrible for your kidney.
Yeah, it's terrible for your kidney, but you can't. There's so many milligrams before it becomes like not great for you, and I kind of try to keep it under that, I believe.
I think that's what everybody tries to do.
But at the same time, there's also people out there doing crack and meth and drinking every single day, and
probably getting free dental.
Right. Damn, you just had to go there, dude.
Hey, if you smoke your teeth away, don't got any dentist bills.
Hey, maybe they're onto something.
I thought so.
Or maybe I thought it was theirs trying to sell them to the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, I can't remember which movie I was watching. I think it's Fallout. Like, it'll give you so much money for a tooth, and they're like, oh, gosh, I guess I'll get rid of a molar. Trading it in. It hurt so damn bad. Oof.
Man, that would be crazy. I heard it was a really good movie. Or a really good show, excuse me.
It's an incredible series. I hope they do 1 million. It's right. If we're talking games, now that is a game I can get behind.
Fallout.
I love the whole series. Your brother wasn't really a big fan. He didn't really care about him at all.
Which is weird, because
he's like, how are you going to have a game that just is permanently in beta? I was like,
dude,
no, it's a whole game.
The zombie game that I was playing, 7 Days to Die, did that. It was like 8 years of in beta, and they finally came out with like the full version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like DJ plays Tarkov, and that one is always in beta, I think.
Still in beta? Okay, yeah. It's just it's
how
kind
many
of
years
what
is it? Been in beta now?
10 years. Damn, okay, yeah. So it's kind of it's the industry standard, especially if you're buying a game on Steam, I'd say 80 to 90% of the time it is in early access. So therefore you can't get mad that it has some bugs because they claimed it's an early access game and it's not not refined. And I think No Man's Sky learned the hard way, but they have not even announced when their new game is coming out yet. Because last time they had such a bad launch that it took them a couple of years to bounce back from that, which they did. Shout out to those guys. I can't remember the name of their company right now. Hello Games. That's what it is. Hello Games. Shout out to Hello Games, because they came back and killed it. No Man's Sky is one of my favorite games. I probably have 200 hours into it.
And like that was the biggest takeaway that you dropped on me, that it doesn't matter if you spent the next however many years, you couldn't explore everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so big. Like even Billy Carson talks about it, about this game, because it's so big that 7 trillion planets or some shit
like
that.
Billy Carson finding the time to play No Man's Sky?
Well, he's fascinated with it because we've created a universe on a small disk, and if we introduced AI to that universe, then we would essentially have already created artificial life on another planet, or kind of thing. And then that kind of leads into are we in a simulation because we're already doing a simulation with AI and blah 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 blah.
Whoa!
So, yeah,
Billy Carson.
Shout out Billy Carson. I fucking love him too, dude.
Inceptioning all of us.
Look
into the disc.
There's some people that I would love to talk to: Billy Carson, Graham Hancock, and Joe Rogan. Those guys have so much information that I would just love to soak in. I was like, won't even ask many questions. Just talk to me.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't even know. Like when it comes to Joe, I'm sure he is so inundated with new information. He probably like knows a little bit about
everything,
but not even enough to like go. Except for, I'm sure he could talk to you forever about comedy, forever about fighting,
right?
Because his ability to recall these fights almost like verbatim without needing to watch it.
Well, yeah, he was there calling it, man. You know what I mean? You were there watching it.
But it's not just UFC. It's for like, boxing events.
True. Yeah.
Muay Thai.
Yeah. Like you said, still though, the information would be tremendous. The information that's
I think it would be
the information I've learned just from listening to his podcasts. I think tremendous.
Terrence Howard should do like a 10-hour
slow deep dive into his stuff.
Just all of his stuff, and then let the whole world just.
That is one thing I noticed is Joe Rogan stopped talking about him as much.
He got real quiet real fast.
Yeah, and it was like 3 or 4 episodes after he had him on, he kept mentioning it, because I like his theory of a planet peopling. I mean, it makes sense. Once you get into that Goldilocks zone, all these things can start aligning for human or for any life.
And I think at the end of the day,
to expand.
I think Joe just did what he needed to do. He brought 2 brilliant people together and then branched a friendship, and then they're off and running, and he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all you can do. You can't.
Yeah.
If it's beyond your limitations, I'm just going to hinder this process by
the newest Joe Rogan that's been blowing me away is this one guy talking about how Google's adjusting their searches curated to people. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, they said if you get your name out there, and it's going to be like etched in history forever. But if you just choose to continue to be a nobody, then the world, that side of things is just going to ever expand higher and higher, and then. On the other end, the poor are going to get real poor.
I don't think, even if you leave a digital footprint, that the future generations are going to find it.
Not possible.
Once the next cataclysm happens, whether it be West Yellowstone erupting or a World War III or a meteorite hitting, it happens every couple 100,000 years, right? We're going to have to
go and do a podcast from the blast zone.
Yeah.
We are here. We're here. In West Yellowstone. Is anything happening? No, but nothing's happened either for a few
100,000 years. But eventually, but
it did bubble up. It got one popped off this year.
Yeah, one popped off that it had never popped off before since they opened the park. So that was kind of sketchy.
But it is one of those things. It's like that thing's laid dormant for so long, and it seems like you almost manifested into reality. And then the more people talk about it,
everything's fine. Everything's fine. Normal seismic activity. No, it's not, bro. That shit just blew up.
I was gonna say, well, you have Old Faithful in the same regard,
it was pretty close to Old Faithful. That's These things happen.
Yeah, and nobody can ever know exactly when the things are gonna happen. Yeah, it just happens.
But when it does happen, our digital footprint is gone, bro. As soon as the power grid goes down, as soon as 100 years go by, you think. Eventually, if humans are able to rebuild computers, they're going to be able to access the same storage that we had back then.
It's written somewhere.
Maybe.
Then they could pull up the map and figure it out. Because that's actually funny, like watching the show Nier, and humanity has been wiped out. I was like all invested in this group of like rebels. They're androids too. That their job is literally to just keep fighting against these other androids, and these androids are in charge of wiping out humanity, even though humanity has been wiped out this entire time. And there's servers on the moon that hold our genetic DNA, and that's all that it's there for storage purposes.
So they would need, I wonder, is that what they're doing on Mars? They need
a full-on Wall-E situation, you know what I mean? Like everything to get destroyed, wiped out, and then it's safe for us to come back, and then we could start making...
That's why Elon's trying to get to Mars, so that he can get to Mars, build a storage space for all of our data, so that way when the Goldilocks zone gets to Mars and he's still alive, he can go to Mars and boom, start a new Earth. I get it now.
But his whole thing is just... dropping nukes on each side of the poles and warming it up real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna
you'd have
get
to
all those.
You'd have to wait so many years for the radiation to dissipate to go back, but yeah, Chernobyl it up.
That's absolutely like, does it really ever go away? I mean, they're still cleaning up nuclear fallout.
What about the theory that we can't even get out there? And that there's like, we're just like under the big dome or whatever, and that we didn't actually go to the moon.
We've definitely sent satellites. You watch these satellites get, pulled and shot off of, using the gravitation. What is that called? That force that they catch, and then they catch even more speed
and then launch off. Yeah, I don't know. I just had to throw that one out there because it's always a fun one. Because it is weird that we're have going not
heavily into Curtis's conspiracy corner today. Let's get into it.
It is weird that we have not sent any other humans past the radiation belt since the moon landing.
True, but there's also like scientists that have been in the space station studying up there for
which is 300. It's 300 miles above the Earth. It's on the edge of space. It's not in space.
I was gonna say
they're not past the belt. They're not past the radiation belt.
I don't know. I'm pretty. There's a lot of
theories there.
Actual astronauts. Yeah. Who does this guy just piss off the wall?
Oh yeah.
What do you think? All these guys are in cahoots together to fake this stuff.
The biggest, like same with flat Earth. It would be the biggest conspiracy theory that everybody who ever gets sent up to the International Space Station has to forever keep their mouth shut. That it is not what we've been told. Yeah,
you're telling me Russia never made it?
Exactly. And if we're going along with Russia, and Russia never had someone who was a whistleblower to like. There would be whistleblowers in between countries, right? There would be a Russian whistleblower to the U.S. saying everything you were
when you
taught
hear
was
about
wrong.
Like Watergate and how Watergate gets blown up because you see guys with flashlights, and that's why they found the documents and everything. We weren't that much smarter back then. Yeah. We're still getting caught for stupid things. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, there's smart, really, really smart individuals, and there's a lot of dumb individuals.
Always has been. Always will be.
I know. I mean, at this point, everybody thought the diddler was going to get free. He's in jail.
Yeah, he finally got snatched up. 15? Man. You said he's doing 15 years?
Well, obviously, it's just starting. These are the indictments.
He's going to get the best lawyers. And then he probably won't do any time. He'll probably be on house arrest.
Who knows? I mean, but they do have obviously a lot of evidence against him because they're talking 15 years minimum.
The Diddy got diddled, huh? He finally got arrested. Did they? So did he get
a trafficking, human
trafficking case? That's.
I think that's the worst case scenario. I don't even know what they do when you're the.
Well, somebody's got to go down for it because they can't. You know what I mean?
DJ, tell me what happens if, like, what's the charge of human trafficking?
That's got to be gnarly,
misdemeanor,
bro.
$150 fine.
It's like shit. That was more than my paraphernalia charge.
Oh, what does it come with?
Dude, it's got to be
Automatic Guantanamo Bay.
10 years, dude.
Is Guantanamo still doing? They shut it down. Obama shut it down.
Thanks, Osama.
I think Obama had it.
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he did do something about it.
You gotta quit going so fast with that. I can't read all that.
What are the penalties for trafficking?
Nebraska Class 2
felony. Something about 50
mandatory
years.
Of 1 year.
Minimum of 1 year with the possibility of up to 50.
Minimum of a year. And 25.
A year, that's it?
Yeah, I mean...
That reminds me of that Shane Gillis skit. You guys want to get in the storage container? Come on.
That is absolutely insane. Hopefully...
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just trying to get these girls into a storage container. Huh. Yeah, I thought it'd be easier than this. It's like, God dang it, Shane. Oh, that's such a good... I'm so glad Netflix picked up Tires because...
Oh, yeah.
That there needs to be more real comedy on Netflix.
And it's crazy for watching it on YouTube before it was ever a Netflix.
And then seeing it grow into
I watched this years before it was ever a thing. And same thing, I really hope they bring Philly Court and make it an actual show. Because that's Shane
another one of theirs.
Yeah, the guys the same did Gillian Keeves.
Those guys. Funny. And it's such a good show because as someone who worked in the service industry, I can say that's a little bit of how it is back there.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems pretty greasy, pretty sleazy in a lot of those places.
Oh, dude, if you're ever in a shop, you hear more cuss words than you hear graceful words, for sure.
That can't stay that way forever. I'm sure that's an industry that'll get infiltrated and eventually clean it up. Can't be talking like that back there.
No.
You sure? No.
Knuckle busting and fucking doing all that stuff. Yeah, they'll never ask technicians to clean their mouths up. No way.
I don't know.
That's why you have a service advisor, a man in between the technician and the customer.
Have you seen Tires?
Dude.
You've seen Tires, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I worked in the service industry, we didn't let our technicians talk to customers, bro.
You shave this and this, you kind of look like the service manager in Tires.
Dude, I could totally...
Hey, guys.
Oh, hey. Seriously. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think it's a really good idea. Yeah. We'll sell tires for cheap.
Oh, man. I can't imagine that, like, being an industry. Like I'm saying, like everything's an upsell. You're trying to just sell people shit.
Yeah, that's what I didn't really enjoy about it is the always trying to sell people stuff.
Because I'm like, give me the things that I need. Yeah. Don't try to.
Yeah, and so I would 100% do that. I'd walk up and I'd be like, hey, here's the list of recommendations the technician noticed. From looking at them, I would say this is actually kind of important. These are just maintenance items. I was 100% honest, and it definitely did result in me not making as many sales, which was of course me not making as much money because I was commissioned. So it was like, it was a catch-22, I was not I wasn't down your throat with trying to sell stuff because I felt like unless it was something I felt confident the customer actually needed to make them safer, then I would push a little bit. But regular maintenance, I was like, yeah, dude, fuck it.
Just gotta send it.
Fucking send it, bro. Dude, we had this one car that would always come in, no power steering, it was moving it from the drive, which is where they check into the shop, was a pain in the ass. I don't know how this lady drove that car all the time. She knew it was messed up. At the fourth or fifth time, I stopped going to her with the recommendations on the car because I knew it wasn't ever getting fixed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like... We've been seeing her for a year and a half at that point, just doing oil changes, and we've told her 10 times she's got no power steering, and she's like, yeah.
I'll get my workout.
See you next time. She might have been a stripper. Oh. Shout out if you're listening. I will definitely take your number.
That'd be hilarious. We get 2 viewers, she's the other one.
Pops in. Chat.
I knew you were talking about me. I don't know how old this stripper is now. That was years ago.
It's all right. Once a stripper, always a stripper.
Oof. $20 is $20 at the end of the day.
$20 is $20. Hell yeah. It reminds me, I've only gone a couple times to the strip club. Not a huge fan of looking around, seeing a bunch of old, weird-looking men, and then me being there. And I'm like, man, these guys are staring at the same thing. The first thing you do
is go to a strip club and stare at dudes.
It's not, but like as you're walking in, like to go find a seat, you're like seeing who's all in there already. I'm just like, man, this is the kind of people I'm roped in with. So I've never really been a fan of strip clubs.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would call you gay, but it's okay.
I am wearing the rainbow shirt today.
Loud and proud, you are. No, I mean, I've had my fair share. It's not like
yeah, but special event at it, you know, it's like someone's bachelor party or...
Yeah, I've seen some wild stuff go down at a strip club. You know what I mean? That, once in a while, is just worth the show. I got a cousin right now. She's constantly getting in a fight at a strip club.
Dang.
She goes in there, just throw hands.
Dude, screw the bum idea. Professional stripper fights.
They do. They already have that. They have well, I don't know if it's stripper fights, but they have the lingerie fight league.
Well, dude, no, I'm talking. You have an octagon that's also got 2 or 3 poles in it, so they could jump on it, do a pole move, and scissor kick.
Somebody killed with one of those high heels.
Yeah, but you don't wear the high heels, dude. They
need them to do the tricks on the poles.
So maybe it'll be some type of like the gloves. It'll be a high heel, but then a little bit of padding on the front part. hey,
she's trimming her heel down, turning into a spike. That's cheating.
Her heel shoe gloves.
Jeez,
are weighted.
That would be nuts to see like professional fights off of poles. You know what I mean? Bring in that aspect of it.
Professional pole fighting. It's like jousting, but vertically.
Well, you always see it like a lot of those kung fu movies. You always have like this giant spear thing that they're spinning around.
And then they stand up on it, and then and then kicks a couple people.
That in the octagon. Let's open this thing up to real. They've already brought into like medieval knight fights. They brought that back into the octagon.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's absolutely insane. You got slap boxing.
Slap fighting.
Boxing,
slap fighting. I don't know what they call it, but that stuff's crazy. Just
bare knuckle boxing is back. Just letting someone smack you. Savage. We got what is his name? Bryce DJ.
Whoa.
Nobody's listening. It's all right. We got one viewer. Anyways,
we'll just bleep it out.
Is it Brian Atkinson?
I was gonna say that's
Atkinson.
I was gonna say that's such a common name. You remember that guy Brian?
Man, if I just watch clips from his fights, nasty right hand, snoring dudes.
Yeah.
All trained. I think they trained down at the Grindhouse here in Billings.
Really? Local.
But yeah, he's a Billings fighter.
Because did you go fight for a little bit?
I did it in California. I rolled around, did some jiu-jitsu in California. I was supposed to go to a tournament in Del Mar.
I knew someone else here in town from like our childhood that was doing some fighting.
Your brother does. Oh, well,
he was doing.
Yeah.
But there was someone who was actually trying to
Mitch was doing a little ring.
No, it wasn't Mitch, because I would have that one would have stuck with me more. Or maybe it wasn't even here in Billings. Maybe that was up in Juneau, because I think they did have a big fight club in Juneau, and I think I knew a couple guys that went into that.
Mitch was trying to do it here when your brother was doing jiu-jitsu and everything.
I think Mitch actually might be. Last I heard, he was might be become a sheriff.
Heck yeah. New sheriff in town.
There's a new sheriff, and dude, which yet again get him 6 months on the force. Another fucking great guest on the podcast, just kind of finding out what the backside of a police officer is like.
Right.
Because it's yet again, if you work in a profession, you realize how much of a pain in the ass that profession is. So I'm sure it ain't no easy feat being a lawman.
Oh, 100%. And as a painter, you come across most of the people are usually doing a lot better in life than being a painter. So you get to see nurses and doctors and lawyers and electrical engineers and constructional engineers.
It was like having the conversations with the techs in the dentistry, the dentist office last night. They're very lovely ladies, very nice, and you can just tell that like it's a whole different world for them than me. You know, they're in the dentist industry and probably doing very, very well for themselves while I'm painting houses.
I was gonna say that's the sad part about it. Is like some of those industries, there isn't that much money in it. Like it looks like there might be like because they wake up and they present themselves really nicely, but it's not like they're making a bunch of money.
100%. And I was in an industry where I was making great money.
The dentists are making bank.
Yeah. But like I said, I was in an industry where I was making really good money. Miserable though, because I didn't like the type of work, you know. So I'd way rather be painting houses than being a service advisor like I used to.
I mean,
100%.
This is what I want to do. Like it's cool. Like
I've been trying to be a streamer for 4 years. I've been trying to be in front of a camera my whole life, man. Remember back in the day when I had that big old VHS recorder?
You can't make this stuff up. Dude. I mean, I used to like. This is gonna sound and pretty revealing at the end of the day. Is I used to do.
Oh no! Are we getting that through? I hope that didn't come through your guys's. I didn't have your guys's voice.
So.
Yeah, it was good times.
Oh, but yeah, I was going into like even when I was younger, I used to be in like a dance group.
Well, that one might be important. It's a 907 again, though. Oh, sorry, that was me. I did that.
That's fine. Ended it. No, I'm just like, this is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, double call, 2 in a row, dude. That usually means it's important. Oh, 3 in a row? You're not going to answer it, dude?
No, I'm not going to answer it.
We got 10 minutes. We'll call him back.
There we go. I should have had that on the whole time. I'm going to have to remember that from now on.
Yeah, I ended up turning my volumes back up last night because I wanted to make sure I heard my alarms this morning because I had all my stuff turned completely off and I would have missed my alarm for sure.
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
Not even like I'm up at almost 5 o'clock, a little bit after 5 every morning.
It was weird this morning though because it didn't seem like it was as early as it was because of all the overcast. So when it was actually 6:30, I was like, it's got to be like 5 o'clock right now.
That's much better about getting going on time.
But that's when I did. I did do better today, 100%. So I did end up going and laying back down in bed, but I started to turn my alarms 20 minutes earlier. And then I left the house 10 minutes earlier than I had been, which was perfect because we had 5 minutes to get in the car, 5 minutes for unknowns, which was filling up the water bottles because I couldn't find Logan's for a minute. So yeah, we were actually early today.
Heck yeah.
So on it. Start waking up just a little bit earlier every day. Because it takes me, I've learned now, it takes me 2 snoozes and like 30 minutes to actually get out of bed.
You've seen that meme of the alarms at 6 and another one at 6:01?
Yeah.
I like to give myself
That's me. It's like I'll have one at 6 o'clock and the next one I won't do at 6:05 because that's where the snooze is going to automatically hit. I'll do 6:06. So I get hit with the snooze alarm, clear that one, and then 1 minute later I get hit with the next alarm. I'm like, oh no, I have to wake up.
That's what it takes in order to get it. Bad. Oh my goodness. So I'm at the point where like I just wake up before my alarm goes off a lot of times.
Izzy will usually wake me up because she's like, hey, I'm waking up, and I'll go out, make her a bowl of cereal, and then I'll go lay back down. Usually is what I do.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean,
I'm awake.
Wow.
The hell. I wish we could post that up in here right now.
I mean,
Diddy leaks. There's some news about these guys.
Diddy leaks inside of Drake? Gross. It looks like they're docking each other right now.
is showing us on the computer screen right now, guys. You wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, go ahead and share that somewhere. People need to see that
People
image.
need to see. Why don't you just share that on your main page?
Is he live right now? Is that a real live? 120,000 people watching?
Diddy's live? It's got to be fake, dude.
Yeah, I think it's just a repeat there.
Clickbait. That's what they call it. Clickbait.
That's actually... Let's get back to that. The Diddler. Straight up human trafficking ring.
Man, it's way more common than we think. Way more common than they're suppressing all that shit.
Well, I'm looking at Epstein.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean?
We talked about this. No one's been released, and none of the people on his list were ever released. They've just slowly and slowly been not mentioning it, and now no one doesn't care.
Nobody gets charged. Yeah, like when they get let out like almost immediately.
No one's in trouble. Not only that, but when they were going to court, when Gillespie was going to court or whatever, was the whole time that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's shit was on TV.
Oh, really?
So they were showing you the Johnny Depp divorce to distract you that the Gillespie hearings were actually going on at that time.
Well, it's like how many people have to
so the theory
essentially get tossed around by these pedos in order for something to actually stop and be done.
Right? Because you think Epstein's Island was the only island they had?
Oh, like
probably not.
Like 20 of them things.
Yeah. Are we actively looking for any more that are going on? No one's told us.
What happened to all of Epstein's stuff? Like, where does it go? The government just takes it, seized it, or does it go to somebody else in line? Like,
who knows? Maybe that's where they got. Maybe that's where they got all Diddy's information.
I mean, how many times can you hear over and over again that place was like they were just blackmailing people?
Yeah.
So how
many people got blackmailed? Yeah.
A bunch of people. I mean, if Clinton was on it, if Trump was on it, who else was on the plane? A bunch of names. Bill Gates.
Big names, yeah. Hawking?
Stephen and Hawking? You have all those names, and they've all had to go through their own court stuff and litigations and get it all settled out. A lot of that stuff has already been pilfered through.
And really find and we never saw any of it. Yeah, we never saw any of it. For all we know, some people could have been convicted and they just kept it quiet because they didn't want
because they were saying that we were supposed to get all the JFK and all that stuff.
Well, that's
released so we actually would know what happened. And there's still
Did you hear Trump say that he thought that he didn't want, after seeing it, he didn't want to release it? I also saw a little tiny, yet again, here we are in my conspiracy corner. Saw a little video clip last night, and I wish I would have shared it or liked it or something so I could find it again. But it was someone talking about how the driver of the car turned around and shot Kennedy. I was like, oh, that would be a crazy theory if that was actually what happened. That's why Trump was like, I can't show the world that. He's like, I thought maybe the CIA killed Kennedy, but I can't show them that it was the driver and it was this big of a cover up. Who knows? Crazy theory. That's where I'm at. I love them.
I was gonna say,
I love running them through my mind, not thinking that it's actually what happened, but
that one thinking about has a little bit of weight to it. I mean, everybody talks about this mysterious gunman. We can't find it, but it was just the driver. And how has that not been ruled out? Like years now.
And then they just doctored the footage to take that clip out, right? Take that 2 frames out where the driver turned around and did that, so then you only see the driver.
Yeah, that's because now we're talking about, let's say, go outside of the scope of what actually happened on the day, because there's a bunch of people who were there, saw driver driving. You know what I mean? Around the corner, there's a ton of people lined up on both sides. He was already waving people beforehand.
Who knows? We'll never know.
No, and it's because there's always this puppet hand above us who just keeps working.
A puppet hand above the puppet as well.
Yep. And we're just trying to be famous YouTubers at the end of the day, streamers.
And then we're going to say it again, where the fuck's Biden? Who's pulling his strings now?
I don't know.
They started pulling Harris's.
I don't know. Like, if I just look at it, I was listening to this guy earlier talking about Biden could have beat Trump first go around because he was already gonna beat him, and that the Democrats just did it to themselves as far as there's just so much nonsense.
Yeah, this is one of the craziest political seasons on this year on America's political run.
100%.
Jesus, dude. Hopefully we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I think it'll be like the last 4 presidents. The world keeps spinning regardless.
I'm thinking we're going to be the end of the world, and guess what? It's a little bit changes in the economy, a little bit changes here and there.
Guys who have a whole lot of positive things to say. And granted, it's going to be a little ugly, But 10 years from now, everybody's going to be like, wow, look how far we have
Look
came.
how far we've come. Yeah. Hopefully. That's all we can hope for, at least.
Yeah. Without hope, I mean, where are you left? Just sit around and be a crybaby?
Yep.
How you going to be? Super daddy ain't no crybaby.
Super daddy ain't no crybaby.
And you can take that to the bank.
Sperm bank?
Nah, they wouldn't take mine.
Saw funny videos. Man, I just robbed a bank. Everyone's like, oh, what are you going to do with all that money? He goes, money?
Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
what else we got? The weather's sucking outside. Hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, hopefully it dies off by this afternoon. I do still have some stuff I should do in the yard. Didn't get to it yesterday. Should have. It's one of those things where it's like as soon as it started raining, I was like, well, I should have taken advantage of the fucking nice day.
Yeah, it was nice yesterday. Nice to get around, good. Do some walking around. So I can't complain. Today though,
hang out. I don't mind those nice cozy days where you just get to sit in and relax. I actually did download Minecraft, and I told my daughter I'd play some Minecraft with her, even though it's been probably a 3-year hiatus of not playing Minecraft.
Yeah, I gotta play. I keep forgetting the name, Dead by Daylight or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's a free download on Steam as well, if I'm not mistaken. Because me and the boys, me and my gaming buddies tried to get into it once, never really stuck. But
nice. No, my son, and we've watched the boys gaming channel and the boys, you know. We watch a ton of them, but they play that game and they stream it all the time. Well, not stream it all the time, but you know they clip their videos, put it up with their gameplay.
That's what I was gonna do. The last time I played Rocket League, I was just gonna record because I have actually been kind of killing it. There's been a couple times I've done some really cool stuff, and I've been like, that's probably my best attack. The whole time growing up when I was playing Rocket League, I always wanted to make a bicycle kick or bicycle score, which is going backwards. Yeah. Right, jumping backwards and hitting it in.
I'm a soccer player by nature, so I know bicycle kicks. Everybody.
So I finally did it when I was playing this last couple of weeks with EJ. I made like 3 of them.
Dope.
And I went my entire life never being able to make one, and I've actually been right now starting to get good at my backwards flips and stuff. So nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's one of those like kind of come full circle. Like I hadn't played in 5 years, and I play again, and I start making these tricks that I'd been trying to make my entire life. It's like, dang. Yeah.
You don't think that ever adds to the idea of just making people renters? If I can keep you inside your house all day, just playing games, and
enjoying
guess what? You did exactly what I want you to do. Now I can do a whole bunch of stuff while you're inundated in technology.
I guess you're spending the money on technology, but they want you out spending your money. That's the best thing about video gaming for me is I save so much money when I don't go out and do anything, just hang out at home and game.
I guess what are you doing when you go out though?
I mean, anytime you go out, I guess me personally, I usually take the kiddos to the park. So I do something that we don't go spend money, but kids love to go to, they asked me the other day to go to the Fun Zone. There's $200-$300. Freaking if you're going to go crazy at the Fun Zone, loading up one of the cards.
Oh, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's the kids. You're supposed to do those things for your kids.
Yeah.
But
I would if you
look back at, would you want your kids to be spending all their time playing video games?
That's why we probably do more than we should, but I still do try to like make a nice break and make the kids play with toys actually as well.
So I know personal parents who they don't even let that stuff in the house. None of it. Parent kids are at home. Please buy me a Switch, please. They're like, get that crap out of here. So, it's both on the side.
Yeah. Well, someone once told me that it's going to be hard to keep your kids away from electronics just because that's their era. Like we grew up in the era that go outside and play in the dirt. As soon as the internet started showing up, we started using it. And I'll tell you what, we can use the internet better than our parents can, who never really, started learning. So that's why our generation is a little bit better with electronics. The next generation's a little bit better with electronics. So
then as long as you can, I guess, create something that's doing everything for you. But if we have not enough humans doing the human stuff.
Yeah. But you still got to instill in your kids that nature is beautiful. Get out in nature, right? And go enjoy it.
Yeah, so, but if you're playing the games that ultimately kill the rainforest off, you know what I mean?
That is one thing that we watch a lot of videos on is the rainforest and stuff.
Isn't I mean that aspect of it, because for as amazing as it is, the places you have to go to get the things to make it look so cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, did you know rubber comes from a rubber tree? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was in the Amazon, I'm pretty sure, when they first found. They went crazy in the Amazon when they first started making rubber for all of our
And it was actually terrible, because then we tried to make it into a farming practice. And the way that the trees have to naturally have their space, it doesn't work if you try to farm them. All of them trees were just dying, never get to
be the size they need to, really. Yeah.
And I mean, granted, we use rubber
for a lot.
Yeah. Is that, or is that foam?
I don't know, foam.
Feels pretty foamy. It's like styrofoam.
Like your lattes.
Spray foam. That'd be so funny if that's all it was just coffee foam. That's what we're sticking in our walls. Man, it smells delicious.
Man, the smell. Foamed milk. Gross.
I watched a guy do that with a air conditioning unit. Just put a bunch of silver soldering in there and then just filled it with spray foam. I was like, that can't be the right way to repair that. He was so proud of it. You saw it. He's like, you just keep adding it up there, keep pouring it up. Sometimes you got to wipe it off there. Just keep adding it up. And then he's all doing his like, and the spray foam falls out of it. I'm like, I don't know who the hell this good old boy is, but
that did not work.
That really sucks if you go on the internet and you're trying to get something to help you out, and you got this idiot.
You get this guy, and you're like, you try it, and then the same thing happens. You like look back at the camera when you're done to see if it looks good, and his falls off. You look up, yours falls off.
And then the way he was soldering was nuts. He's like, it don't matter how much you stick in there. He just had this torch all hot. He would just, I like to stick like 2 or 3 sticks of solder in there. You can't have too much silver solder.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, just one of these good old boys. It pays to do things right the first time.
Yes, 100%.
Just do it right the first time.
Take a little bit extra time and do it right.
Oh, man.
Hell
Where are we at time-wise?
1:37.
Oh, my goodness. We're almost
right there,
to what we did yesterday.
Heck yeah.
We're going to give the people more? We can't even keep...
Oh, I'm ready for a bathroom break again already, dude.
I even went. This guy a colostomy bag or something.
I even went before we go, dude. I do have
women who can hold it longer than you.
Pregnant women that could probably hold it longer than me.
Exactly.
It doesn't help though. By the time I get here, as we're sitting down, I'm drinking my 4th cup of coffee.
You know? See, man, you can't even have no more coffee for the rest of the day now.
I know. I hit my 4 cups. Yeah,
shit. Be so disappointed.
She can't see this. One more cup. Just give me 1 more cup of coffee.
So today is Wednesday.
We got 2 more days. Thursday, Friday.
2 more this week, and then we're gonna do some game planning over the weekend.
We're gonna go next week then. If we're not seen or not expected till Wednesday, so we should get a Monday, Tuesday in.
We should be able to go Monday, Tuesday, and ideally Wednesday.
And then just do a little bit later of a start on Wednesday. I am okay with that. You know me, Lazy McGee. I just made that up. It's actually pretty good.
Don't try to get away from Curdled Curtis.
Curdled Curtis. Oh, because you see one look at me and your stomach just curdles, dude. Oh, man.
Might have to go throw up a little bit just as a thought.
Yeah. Sounds right. Story of my life.
Story of his life. Somebody get Tinder, please. Help this guy. It's starting to get pretty depressing.
Yeah, man. We need Tinder Gold on lock for free. Oh, yeah. DJ's scrolling through Tinder as we speak. There you go, Tinder. There's 2 shout-outs tonight.
Man, these Tinder girls are getting kind of thicky.
They're fake, dude. It's AI.
I think those girls are real.
It's AI, thicky. Dude.
Hold on. He's trying to leave, but let's get in this real quick. Who is making a worse version of themselves to put on a profile picture?
You make one profile picture that's the real you, and then you make one that's a good looking you. And if he likes both.
Or if I do a really bad picture of myself online when they see me, and these eyebrows are getting thick. That's a man, dog. Yeah, that's a man. Anyways,
that's another thing, dude, is the possibility that the girl you're talking to might have once been a man. I definitely matched with somebody and went back and read their bio, and it said that, and I was like, unmatch. I'm sorry, I'm a little traditional. That scares me away. I don't want. No thanks.
Statistically speaking, there's like a 1 in very small chance that happens.
Check the statistics. If there's a 1 in any chance, I'm scared, man.
Some astrology. All right, everybody. Well, tune in tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hashtag
MWTB pod. MWTBPOD.
Bam. You heard it here first. All righty, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And until then.